Is Halloween rapidly approaching and you already have 3 invites to parties and you could never wear the same thing to all 3? Well, you're in luck because I have a whole video of easy Halloween costumes for you. I'm Alli and welcome to my channel. I am so sad that HalloWeek has reached its end. Today is day 5 out of 5, but I did save the best video for last. Now, last year I shared with you 5 DIY last minute Halloween costume ideas, and this year I decided to up that and I'm going to be bringing you 10 Halloween costume ideas. Some of these are DIYs, some of them don't have DIYs, but I try to keep all of these costumes with things that you could easily pull from your closet or find at the thrift store. So let's start with costume number 1. Starting off the video with my Sabrina costume inspired by the Netflix series. I chose to open with this one because, well, it's gonna be my actual costume this year. I styled it with a red 3/4 length sleeve sweater, black skirt, knee-high socks, and black flats. Then, of course, I curled my hair, added her classic black headband, and a dark vampy lip. Have an out-of-this-world crowning moment this Halloween by going as Miss Universe. First up, the DIYs. I started by gluing together the ends of this thick white ribbon to make a sash, then used bold black letter stickers to spell out Miss Universe. For the planets, I cut out a bunch of circles of different sizes and colors on cardstock paper, and I added details by layering other colors of paper on top of the circles and with my markers. I just used safety pins to attach the planets to a semi-formal black dress and paired it with nude heels, then topped off the costume with a big tiara. It can't be Halloween without some spooky costume ideas, so this one is inspired by the movie Annabelle. To style this outfit, I paired a white cardigan sweater with this white frilly skirt I found at the thrift store, and some white tights and ballet flats. Then I tied a big red bow around my waist, and tied my hair into pigtail braids with little red bows on the end. This has to be my favorite in the video. If you're looking for something cute to wear on Halloween, then this bee costume is perfect. The essential part is this Save the Bees sign, which I just painted onto a poster board with a thick paintbrush and black acrylic paint. Now let me show you how to make this adorable bee headband. I started by cutting out the wings using some white felt, then I wrapped a yellow pipe cleaner around my finger to make the bee's body. Next, using half a black pipe cleaner, I wrapped that around the bee to add some stripes. I then hot glued the wings on. Finally, I took some wire and attached it to the bottom of the bee and then wrapped it around a headband, and then just repeat those steps 3 more times. To finish off the look, I wore this yellow and black cropped sweater from one of my thrift flip videos, a black pencil skirt, black tights, yellow socks, and black sneakers. If you're going trick-or-treating at 7, then have to save Hawkins at 8, then Season 3 11 from Stranger Things is the costume for you. I wore a thrifted 80s inspired button-up in yellow tones. You could also DIY Elle's top with a yellow button-up with some black paint. While Elle doesn't wear a scrunchie with this look, I wanted to add one anyways, and I also added her signature nosebleed with a little bit of lipstick. And finally, the way I made Elle's crisscross suspenders will blow your mind flare. All I did was take 2 pieces of black ribbon and safety pin them in the back and front of the pants, so there's no need to buy any fancy suspenders. There's no denying the impact of Old Town Road in 2019, so here is a cowboy costume inspired by the music video. The first thing I did was DIY this fringed top by hand sewing white fringe along the back of the shirt and down the bottom seams of both sleeves. I paired the top with black jeans, a leather belt, and my cowboy boots, and added a red bandana as well. You're also going to need a cowboy hat, of course. And I added some big tassel earrings to match with the fringe. Here's another fun movie-based costume, Detective Pikachu. While I haven't seen it myself, I do love me some Pokemon, so I wore a Pikachu shirt tucked into black dress pants. Over top, I added a tan trench coat, which I thrifted a few years ago, and it really adds to the detective aesthetic. And now let me show you how to make this Detective Pikachu hat. I started by cutting a piece of yellow felt in half and rolling it up to make a Pikachu ear. I then wrapped the top of both ears with some brown felt. Next, to make the hat, this is a little bit more of a challenging tutorial, but I cut out 5 rounded triangles on gray felt. Then I made seams by gluing the good sides or outsides of the felt face down together, and I repeated that until the hat formed a circle. I then turned the hat right side out and trimmed it so it was even on the bottom. Next, I made a quick bill for the hat by cutting out more felt, creating small snips along the inside of the bill, and gluing that to the inside of the hat. After that, attach the ears to both sides of the hat and glue the whole thing down onto a headband. This is a simple and spooky costume for Halloween. I turned a large white t-shirt into a spiderweb dress. Now, this wasn't quite my original idea, but I did adapt it to be my own a little bit, so I'll link the original blog post below. But here is how I did this DIY. I started by turning the shirt inside out and using a gray marker to draw guides for where I'll cut the shirt. I then folded the shirt along those guides, making sure I only folded the front of the shirt, not the back too. I then used sharp scissors to cut the lines to form a web. I made the web smaller at the top of the shirt and then much bigger at the bottom. This will help the shirt keep its shape and also elongate it into a dress form. On the back, I folded the shirt in half and cut it so it was just 2 rows of straight across cuts rather than that web shape. Finally, I turned the shirt right side out and gently pulled it so the web would form. As a finishing touch, I made some hair accessories by placing small pieces of felt under bobby pins and glued the spiders on top. I put that cut up t-shirt over a black dress, paired it with black tights and black booties, and finally I pinned those spiders into my hair. Put a little swing in your dress with this Rockabilly inspired costume. I'm wearing a vintage looking polka dot dress, which I've had in my closet for quite some time, a white cardigan sweater, and a small red belt. I styled my hair with a red bandana based on some inspiration I found on Pinterest, and then added a pearl necklace and earrings to fully embrace that housewife look. And finally, this costume is for when you don't actually want to wear a costume, or maybe just can't wear a costume but still want to celebrate Halloween. The t-shirt is a really simple DIY. What you'll need is a white t-shirt and some iron-on transfer paper. I personally do not like this exact transfer paper I used, so I'll link a better one on my blog. Also on my blog, you can get this free printable so you don't have to worry about creating your own graphic. There will be 2 different versions, one for if you need to iron it on with the text upside down, and one where it's right side up like you see here. And then all I did was cut the words out carefully and then took them to my iron and ironed them onto the shirt, following the instructions on the packaging. Then I just wore it with black jeans, black sneakers, simple hair and makeup, and for a Halloween touch, I added my dangly bat earrings. That's it. Those are my 10 costume ideas. I tried to create a variety, so hopefully at least one of those inspired you. If you're looking for even more ideas, I'll link to last year's video too. And if this is your first time watching any of my HalloWeek videos, I'll give you a link to this year's playlist as well as last year's playlist so you can check out even more Halloween content. And even though HalloWeek is over, I do have a bonus video for you guys coming up next weekend. I'll be giving you a full Halloween decor apartment tour, which I'm very excited about. So if you don't want to miss that or any of my regular content on my channel, hit that subscribe button and maybe even turn on the notification bell. And before I go, I would love it if you gave this video a like and then leave in the comments below your favorite costume out of the 10 that I showed you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!